rumors started, then they were saying Antifa was coming up here. The attacks were against the peaceful protesters, and that was what was disturbing. The chief of police, Joe Wren, says, look, we don't tolerate bullies here. That's your right, and we're going to make sure you can do this. So what can we do to help you go forward? Because your message can go out. You can't pick and choose which parts of the Constitution you want to defend. What would Main Street look like if this was a Second Amendment defense that they were trying to do? If they were trying to take away their guns, what would Main Street look like?
But we all live here together, and we all live in this country together, and we're supposed to be supporting each other, and especially when it's, dealing with rights and oppression, and, that's when we all need to stand up for each other. And like you said, it's not you and people that look like you that's doing the oppressing. Yep. It's people that don't look like you. So if you're sitting there and go, oh, that doesn't involve me, then nothing is going to ever change. It's not going to happen.
Yep.
People that aren't involved, that care and realize that's not right, that's the people that need to join in and say, hey, like, I don't have that many words for this, but I want to help, and tell me how to help, and I'm here to help,
So we're a rural community, and I'll talk about a teenage boy, African American in a rural community, who was dealing with the same issues in terms of economy and injustice, and they're out railing against law enforcement. Law enforcement takes a rifle butt and hits the kid on the head. He falls down. His community comes together and they rally around him. Law enforcement deems the crowd unlawful and they need to disperse. They shoot and kill the boy, and they blame it on him, and now there's riots and protests. People are boarding up their buildings, they're scared, and then there's a huge riot and looting, and they dump a whole bunch of stuff out into the ocean, which is the tea. So we all know about the Boston Tea Party. That was the beginning, that's what got us here. That's why we're here as Americans. It's not about people asking for any special rights. They're Americans asking for the same rights as everybody else. That's what makes it so sad. We're here fighting for liberty and justice for all. That's what we're looking for. So remember, we're here as Americans, and the one thing I would, for those that served in the military, anybody who's taken that oath, the oath to defend and protect the Constitution is an oath you take which never expires. It expires when you expire. When you defend the Constitution, you don't get to pick and choose what amendments you want to defend. If you don't defend it all, it breaks apart. This grand experiment will all come to pass. Thank you all for coming. It starts with you. It starts with everybody coming out and showing their support for this, and we really appreciate you being here. Hi, I'm Mike Saunders, tearing up here. So I'm a resident in El Dorado County. I've been in the county for probably coming up to 15 years now. I've been on the Divide for, wow, time flies. It's probably coming up on 10, 11 years now. So, I mean, it's a long time. And we've been working with Placerville Police Department all that time. So we've had a pretty good relationship, and we've worked with them. They had this nice field here, and they said, this is great. And we're like, yep, and it's next to the precinct, so anybody that wants to come by, all right, it's easy right here. So this was perfect. We also did an art display because that's emotional, it's uplifting, it lets people, express themselves, and a candlelight vigil, and it's also a low-key event, and that way it, kind of calms everything down a bit. So that was how this came about.
Can all of us just close our eyes and just breathe one big breath? 1, 2, 3. Let's do 2 more. Okay, I feel like that made us feel a little bit better, just to breathe a little bit. My name is Elizabeth Dubose. I know that's not super important right now because what matters is George Floyd. So I just want to thank you guys today for gathering with us to do this candlelight visual. This is amazing. Once again, I did not expect it to turn out this way. It's been great to see all of you guys here. And I love the artwork. It's amazing. I'm a fellow artist myself, so it's nice to see all of this artwork here, and it's nice to see all of you guys here. I don't know. I feel like the biggest thing right now is people keep wondering, like, how do I talk about being black in my community if I'm not black? And so, and I understand that because it's hard. Like, how can you speak about something when you don't have the experience to speak about it? So, my best thing is, you know, just have some courage and be brave and just open up the topic, because, you know, we don't want to be silent. If you know that something is wrong, you know that something is not right, then you need to speak up about it, because there's just too many people that know that bad things are happening and they just won't talk about it because they don't know the feedback, and they're scared, and they, you know, there's rumors going around, and, you know, and I feel like this whole movement and this whole cause is very, very elementary. You know, if you don't have anything else to say, don't say it at all. But I also feel like we just need to come together and be brave and hold hands, or social distance, hold hands, like anything, just to come together and make a difference. You know, it really does start here. And, you know, the last thing I expected was Placerville, of all places, to be the first place to have such a big gathering and support. Today, I actually received a little bit of justice myself, and I know that a lot of you guys saw my video that I posted about the motorcycle man who wasn't so nice, and today I did receive justice on that. So last Monday we started our peaceful protest. It started with 2 people. I was the third to come in. It grew to about 6 people, and we got primarily mostly good response. About 97% was positive feedback from the locals who drove by. Towards the very end, we had a couple of cars that were giving us negative feedback, and then we had one motorcyclist who came by, and he tried to intimidate us and revved his engine a couple times, and, you know, told us to go back home because he was afraid of the looters and the rioting that would come of a protest. And then on Friday, he actually came forward to apologize because, you know, he did raise fear in us and did intimidate us, and the video that we posted did go viral, so I believe that he felt guilty for what he did, and he came forward, and I got a little bit of justice from that, and I think we have a lot more justice to go. So yeah. A lot of people ask, like, what does the society need right now? And my only answer, and the only answer ever, is world peace. And people keep talking about world peace like it's a fairy tale, like it's a dream. It is not a dream, and it is not a fairy tale, and we can make it happen. Like, this can really, really happen, and I really do believe and strive for world peace. And look at us here together. I couldn't even tell you how many of you guys there are, but this looks pretty gosh darn peaceful to me, and I think that we can make more peaceful movements like this, and I just want to keep that going, and this movement is so powerful, and I thank you. People keep thanking me, but I keep thanking you because I really do appreciate this. I couldn't have done this on my own. So thank you again, and enjoy the rest of this. I just got here, so I'm not really even sure what's going on. But thank you, and you guys are amazing.
Right now I see 4 nuns from the monastery that's out in Pleasant Valley. It's called Aloka Vihara, and it's a Theravadan Buddhist monastery.
Thank you so much for inviting us.
We don't have to share much, but we can share with you a blessing chant. It's a traditional blessing chant which we have adapted a little bit to the situation, so we're going to share that with you. And while we are chanting, you know, you can just hold your intentions in your heart. Okay? I have it written down because it's a bit different, and the power of habit, I need to see it in front of me. Even at chanting, you know, it's difficult to make the decision to do it different, to leave alone other things. It's not easy. It's a real uphill battle, but it makes you stronger. May you have every good blessing.
May all the devas protect you by the power of all the Buddhas. May you ever be strong. May you have every good blessing. May all the devas protect you. By the power of all the Dhamma, may you ever be safe. May you have every good blessing. May all the devas protect you. By the power of all the Sangha, may you ever be free.
And that was, in our faith, in our brand of faith, that's we were asking, for blessings from the Buddha, which is our teacher, or also, our own capacity for awareness and for waking up, and for blessings from the Dhamma, which is the teaching or the laws of nature, and also for the blessing of the Sangha, which is the community of all of those who benefit from the teaching. Well, thank you so much for listening to us and bearing how we look. We look very strange indeed, but it can sometimes be extremely helpful because it draws attention and we use it for the good things.
Stay strong.
Right?
8 minutes and 46 seconds is a long time. I'm not going to ask anybody to take a knee for the whole time. Just stay comfortable.
map, so like my eyes didn't even like I don't really like tracking it far. But last time I was there, it was
here protesting and celebrating Black Lives Matter.
On Juneteenth.
On Juneteenth. I grew up in this town. I haven't been back for 11 years, but it feels good that so many people showed up today in support of this.
Not from around here, but you know, it's good to come out. You know, I'm from the city, and it's good to come out to kind of a smaller area and see this much support for Black Lives Matters, and to see people actually showing up and, you know, putting themselves out on the streets. I feel safe right here, for sure. It's a nice group to be with. Hey!
No peace! As police! No peace! As police! No peace! As police!
I'm Annabelle McGuire. I'm a junior at El Dorado High School and I'm going into my senior year. I'm here because I believe it's important that the youth get involved in this movement because it affects everyone and everyone deserves equality, and it does not matter what color skin you have, what race you are, what gender you are, what sexuality, you deserve equality. We've been posting on social media, and as you can see, the results have been amazing. We're astounded at the youth and everyone coming out here and making this a movement in our town, in our Placerville.
Breonna Taylor! Breonna Taylor! Breonna Taylor!
Show me what democracy looks like!
This is what democracy looks like!
Show me what democracy looks like!
This is what democracy looks like!
Show me what democracy looks like!
This is what democracy looks like!
Show me what democracy looks like!
This is what democracy looks like!
Show me what democracy looks like!
This is what democracy looks like!
Show me what democracy looks like!
This is what democracy looks like!
Show me what democracy looks like!
This is what democracy looks like!
Show me what democracy looks like!
This is what democracy looks like!
Show me what democracy looks like!
This is what democracy looks like!
Show me what democracy looks like!
This is what democracy looks like!
Show me what democracy looks like!
This is what democracy looks like!
Show me what democracy looks like!
This is what democracy looks like!
Show me what democracy looks like!
This is what democracy
Come down, bring signs, bring art. If you don't want to be out here because of COVID, drive by, hold out signs, honk, give support, donate to the BLM movement.
This is the peaceful protest called American Black Lives Overture, organized all the way from Sacramento, all the way up to Camino, on every overpass, all the way up to Highway 50. We are here to let the community know that Black Lives Matter and that we are tired of systematic and institutionalized racism. And we want people of color to have a voice, and we want to end the violence against people of color, unjust violence. It's been amazing up here in Placerville, for sure. I thought we would get booed at, but everybody's been honking and really friendly, and we're just here as friendly faces and allies. Keep on keeping on. Keep fighting for justice.
Flag tonight because this is Independence Week. July 4th is Saturday, and we've been seeing the flag being used by people who are opposing this Black Lives Matter movement. And I just want to say I am supporting Black Lives Matter, and I'm a proud American, and I know we can be better than we have been, and it's time that we learn our history and we do better. So I'm here because I'm a proud American and I support the peaceful protesting the Black Lives Matter movement is exhibiting, and I want to be a better person. I want to be a better American.
I'm a local. I've lived here for over 20 years and raised my kids here, and my parents taught me to treat people equally, and I feel like there's been injustices. I'm not anti-police. I'm not anti-America. I feel like there's a lot of misconceptions and misunderstandings for people who drive by and do this to us when we're saying justice matters. But black people are disproportionately being killed in our country for many, many years, and it needs to stop.
So my name is Lizzie. I am the organizer for this peaceful protest and some of the peaceful protests in town the past few weeks. I am a resident here 15 years. I've gone to school here since I was 9. I work in town. I love Placerville. It was definitely a big culture shock, but I knew that once I came to school and I saw that I was like one of the only black people there, I just wanted to let everyone know that they could welcome me with open arms, and I was super nice and everyone was really nice to me. And I didn't really feel like I was any different. Everyone seemed to love me the same, whether I had black skin or white skin. So it wasn't a bad experience. It's just now that we're older, it's still a majority of white people here, and I feel like black people are a little afraid to come up here because we do have so many new symbols hanging around, and it is called Old Hangtown, and a lot of black people don't feel comfortable with that, especially now that there's still black people that are being hung in America. And I think that we need to make a change, and we need to make a difference, and we need to make everyone feel comfortable living here just as those who are not black.
Defunding the police means that we won't have systemic racism occurring in our country. If we devote our causes to causes that help the people, as far as mental health or other resources go, social services, then we will have a country that will be better able to equip these sort of problems. And the fact that the police are here to protect and serve, and they're not doing that. They're systematically killing our black American people, and that's not okay. And so me as a white person, I stand here and I stand with them, because my white body is not in danger, but their black bodies are.
Happy 4th of July! Thank you!
I've lived in Placerville about 15 years. I grew up in Zimbabwe and then South Africa, so I've lived with race and the drama and the war related to race pretty much my whole life. And one good thing about growing up in Zimbabwe is that I'm really aware of white privilege. I really know it. I've lived it, I've seen it, so I think I'm a little more aware on that than I think some Americans. But anyway, my American dream was that this was going to be a beautiful melting pot of cultures, of respecting people from all over the world, of all different cultures and colors and ethnicities and religions and sexual orientation, and unfortunately my American dream hasn't quite come true. On the protest march that we had on the Wednesday, the one that was cancelled that then went ahead anyway, I'm sorry I don't remember that date, there were many trucks with American flags driving by as an act of defiance, as being against our message. And that was just so incredibly upsetting to me, that they were using these classic symbols of Americanism and the flag as being racist symbols, as being against all people, specifically black people. So yeah, I was mad, and so I made this poster, and so that's why I'm here today, is to say my America is not racist. And I hope that's true for everybody else out there too.
Smiling, and a lot of people I've noticed too that are just saying thank you. Like, thank you for keeping the peace, thank you for raising awareness, thank you for supporting me even though I can't be there. And I think that we're doing a really great thing and showing people that we care and that we're here, and our voices are going to be heard and they're not going to be shadowed.